welcome back to Dive Twang. I'm Dave. So this is the third and final uh, video in this 3-day crash course on improvisation. So if you're joining us for the first time here in the last couple days, and this is the first thing that you landed on Dive Twang, welcome first of all. And I'm glad that you landed where you did because I think that this series, and it's in its own playlist with the same name, Crash Course in Improvisation. There's only those 3 videos will be in there. It really demonstrates uh, a lot of the tenets that we use on this channel in this method. Okay, and in part 1, we really just did this kind of stream of consciousness thing where we had a scale, a group of notes, and we just kind of wandered and let our ear kind of pull us to whatever note. We just our hands and our ear, just kind of working together to explore that scale. And I got some really good feedback from a lot of folks on that. And those of you that have been twanging for a while now, thank you so much for stepping in and providing that feedback and helping me assess what we're doing here, see what really works. You're playing an active role in shaping the content on this channel. So we're going to jump right in here in just a second, but I do want to encourage those of you, if this is your first time checking in or you just caught this one, go back and watch part 1 and part 2 because it really does scaffold you up through this process of improvisation. Now, we're going to go for it here. I'm going to put this on and I'll show you the chords real quick. And then we're going to use a lot of the skills and information in part 1 and part 2. It's really just the E major scale and a few triad shapes. Okay, but if you don't recognize those, again, definitely go back and check out those other videos. It's E, C sharp minor, B, A. Okay, then the E major scale. And at first, this is really open. Warm up again with just kind of, wandering around. In part 2, we had these triad shapes drawn out, and hopefully, if you've had time, you've worked some of those out and gotten used to it. So that's for the E, that's for the C sharp minor, B, and A. If you're not comfortable making all those shapes and moving them around, don't worry. Just take little pieces of it, one note at a time, couple strings at a time. And I'll put those diagrams over the practice loop again on this one for you. So, I missed my downbeat on that loop, didn't I? Let's wait for it to come around because I want to show you the use of a pickup phrase to come in from the top. It sounds kind of cool. Hear how that lands on the... Let's stop this and unpack some of this for just a minute. Okay, so the pickup phrase just means something that happens before the downbeat. See how that first one is a piece of that E. This is a nice position for this piece, right? Because our scale's right here. There's E, and then the C sharp minor is right there. Okay. And again, those diagrams will be in the outro. And use your ear as well as your eyes. So then the B. Now, in what I just played, I went. I just played those two notes to kind of just go down to that second chord. But then, okay, that is down from the ninth position, right? And that's the third of this. If this chord tone language eludes you or doesn't, don't worry about it, right? Right now, pick it up a little piece at a time, and you'll get it after a while. So that E, C sharp minor. Isn't that nice how that, when you play over the track and you hit that major third of that B major triad. And then playing little pieces of each one of those shapes, right? Then doing a little bit of bending. I like this note a lot in this progression, okay, and in this location. It does something nice over each of the chords, really. And it's a nice kind of a pivoting. If, in my language, this is going to sound like you when you go through this process. It's not going to sound like me, right? But for me, I hear a lot of, I like those couple of notes right there. So when you bend this one, a full bend, meaning 2 frets, the sound the equal to 2 frets, it's that note. Okay, so I might go. So notice how sometimes I'm not always going down and putting this note in the scale. Sometimes I skip over that. But when it's time for that B, that's a good one, right? So now that we've unpacked a little bit of that, let's take another. Okay. Now, I'm fumbling around a little bit because I'm kind of trying to demonstrate certain things, but I'm also like just following my ear. When you do that, you don't always hit the note that you want and the timing that you want every single time, right? I'm not going to edit that out and redo it. It's just I'm showing you the process, right? Not some perfected version of it that comes across like, oh, that's what I should be doing. I should just practice this lick until I get it perfectly. If that's what really motivates you, that's great, and that's fine. I wouldn't judge that, but more importantly, don't judge what you're doing in your own process in your own time. Okay, don't replace your own sound with something that you're chasing that's really not your thing or your language, right? So it goes without saying, hopefully after that you don't copy everything that I'm doing today. I'm not showing you what to play, showing you where to look for it, right? And using these skills, something's going to emerge, and you'll know it when it happens. It's a really cool feeling. So the bending, right? Now, there's a lot of places you can bend. In this progression, I like to, using this scale over these chords, I like to bend in a couple of key places. And I'll just show you. Let me put it back on here for a second. Okay. Now, not as important again to try to follow, necessarily where those all occurred, but kind of like what they're doing, right? So between these two notes, these two, the ones, so both of those have a 1 fret interval, right? So it's a little bend. Kind of hard at first to bend with your index finger. So don't, don't stress over that one, right? But I just wanted to show you because I do that a lot, and I probably did it in the demo at the beginning. And even if you don't reach all the way up there, it's just a little embellishment. Now here you want to, put a little more oomph into it. There's a hammer. And bend it going up. You can hold it. You can start with it up and bend it down. Okay. Don't wear yourself out, but practice those things a little bit as you go, on different songs and things and different jams, and you'll work it out. But the little micro bend or the little, the little half bends are really nice. It just really adds a nice feeling. And of course, you can also, if you do it quick, you don't really want to kind of feature that note so much, but okay. Now, those things take time, that kind of quick back and forth. And, choose your battles if you're kind of new to this, right? Don't try to chase everything that you see the instructors and things doing and other players doing at first, right? Take the stuff that seems like it makes sense for you at the time and really work out on that. And then you'll pick up, you'll add to it as you go. So I hope you enjoyed this 3-part series on basic improvisation. Leave comments and let me know how this goes for you, because we're going to do more stuff like this where we kind of take you through, the stages rather than laying all this kind of intellectual, the concepts on you and then trying to make music out of it, right? I want you to have the experience of making music. It's a great experience, right? In a kind of simple ways, and then add more concepts to it, not the other way around, right? You ever feel like you're trying to, reach this bar that's in your head, but it's not in your hands, it's not in your ear, right? It's not internalized, it's not organic. It's just information, okay? So let me know how it goes. All right, I'll talk to you soon.